Hi everybody, I'm Alison with Alison Kent Home Kitchen, blog, shop and design center for the home cook. And I am bringing in today, telling your followers, I'm bringing in today Cassandra Anderton, who I think I could spend like at least 30 minutes just introducing and probably 3 or 4 days actually talking to. She's so fascinating and she should be joining any second. There she is. Yay, come in, Cassandra.
Hi, guys.
Oh, nice background. Are those all cookbooks?
Yep, I have over 1,000 cookbooks.
What?
There's this bookcase, there's another bookcase, and then there's books all over the floor in the bedroom and on my bed because I'm writing about best of spring cookbooks right now. So can't get enough.
Oh, nice. I was just saying that I think I could spend like 30 minutes introducing you, and we could probably spend 3 days talking at least. I'm sure.
We have a lot in common. It's surprising we haven't met before, but thank you so much for bringing me on board and hosting me and getting to know me better. I can't wait till we can actually meet in person and raise a glass of wine and toast all things
Like this?
food and wine. Like this.
Like this.
Mm.
I was gonna say I can't actually. We still haven't technically met in person, but we've met online a number of times. Like
Oh, yes.
In the wine chats and stuff, which I love. But you're the lady behind the Good Life Vancouver blog. You are the
Yep.
champion of the spot prawn recently because I signed the petition.
Awesome.
The president
Yep.
of Les Dames Escoffier BC, magazine and paper contributor, supporter of the entire local food and wine and everything industry, and you just seem like a super fun human. So I really wanted to chat
Thanks.
with
Can you tell my mom that? Not about the super fun human. She knows that. But my mom can never figure out what I'm doing. And that was a pretty good introduction because I do a little bit of everything. So, yeah.
I was going to say, did I miss anything? What did I miss? Anything?
Yeah, it's hard to describe what I do, as many people in the hospitality industry wear many hats. And I started out as a food and wine writer with super interest in food. And then when blogging came to be, I started blogging. And I've done some radio, and I do a lot of marketing strategy for other people in the industry. And then Les Dames, yeah, so Les Dames d'Escoffier, I joined about 10 years ago now, and I'm currently the co-president along with Kate Simpson.
Oh, wow. And tell us a little bit about it because it has actually quite a massive history.
Yes, so Les Dames came to be when in, I believe it was New York, there was a chapter of men in food, and they were called Amis d'Escoffier, Les Amis d'Escoffier, correct. And they were, friends of Escoffier. Escoffier was the famous French chef, Auguste Escoffier. He did wonders for a lot of people's, for setting different things up in the kitchen stations, mother sauces, things like that. But they wouldn't invite women. So many of their wives and many other women were jealous, to say the least. And I'm sure they had their tea parties and whatnot, but they wanted to start an organization where they would be able to enjoy good food and wine, but also contribute to the community. So philanthropy was one of the main reasons that Les Dames started. And that is exactly our mission, is to educate and put forward the arts of the table, help women in food, in wine, in hospitality. Now we've got agriculture, aquaculture. So every year we give away scholarships. Last year it was $50,000 to help women get a leg up in the industry and to further their education. So along with that, we mentor them as well. And yeah, that's sort of,
and you just,
that's right. There's 70 chapters around the world.
Oh yeah, around the whole world there's chapters, right?
Yeah.
And you just
Yes.
finished recently a relief fund, I think, a fundraising for relief fund for said project.
Yes, we did. We do have actually open until the 31st of March, a $40,000 relief fund, increments of 500 to 5,000, available for organizations that are assisting women around the themes of food security. So we've got some applications in, but it's not too late. So if you can get your application in, it's not too taxing. March 31st is the deadline for our relief fund.
And after today, we just got a new shutdown for restaurants. I think that starts at midnight tonight.
Yeah, I
Even
heard
more
the
so
news.
now than ever, I think.
Yeah, I heard the news and I felt sick to my stomach because I have all the appreciation in the world for keeping COVID at bay. But there is a way to plan ahead, and restaurants aren't just able to pivot on a dime. They did this on New Year's Eve where they just said suddenly, nope, you're closed. So there's food in the coolers, there's food prepped, there's employees ready to go. There's so many things that are contingent on something being told at least a few weeks ahead, and there's no reason why this couldn't have happened a little bit earlier on. I mean, I know that the numbers were up, but I just feel for everybody out there.
It's so hard when they've already stocked up and they've bought all their groceries and all their food, and they've, scheduled their staff and they've done all this work, and they definitely could have been told
Exactly.
with 2 weeks notice, just so that they could have at least
even a week,
all
even
the
a few days.
What we now have to get out of the fridge. Yay, let's go.
Yeah. So patios will be open. And we have also takeout. So everybody, please order your Easter dinners via takeout if you possibly can and can afford to. It's a time where it's rough for everybody, but this is hitting restaurants when they've already been hit hard already. So, yeah.
And Barb just mentioned that buying their groceries from the restaurants, which I think a few did. I know Shambar, I think, was one of them, and they were like, here's our all packaged up. You can buy our
and that's a good lead-in. It's a good lead-in to because I know you wanted to talk about a couple things, and a good lead-in to actually how to help restaurants, because Shambar is one of the restaurants that I've been working with Spud, and what they've been doing is they've been partnering with restaurants like Shambar, like Jam Jar, Nuba. They've got Old Bird coming on, and what they've been doing is they've hired a consultant who actually helps them get their products ready for market so that they're compliant with the health standards, and so their packaging, nutritional information, and this consultant is at no cost to them. And a lot of other places have done something, well, not a lot, but it has been done before, but Spud doesn't require them to actually just list with Spud. So a lot of people now are getting ramped up to do in-store retail, and they'll have Spud support, and Spud will also be selling their products online. So Shambar is listed at Spud. Nuba just came in. There's quite a few restaurants listed, and they're helping more get listed.
And actually, as far as dinner goes, like, I would actually rather get the kind of more raw ingredient and cook it at home versus trying to get it already made, delivered to home when it's kind of still half warm and half mushy and half kind of gone. It's much more appealing to me to buy the sauce, buy the meat, and try and recreate that dish at home. And maybe I'll add my own spices or whatever. But and
you're an experienced cook, so cooking is part of adding your own love to that Easter dinner. So that's a great thing as well. Even if it just means heating something up, it's just something a little bit different. But there's lots of to-go meals out there as well. And I also wanted to give a shout out to From To, which is a restaurant delivery. I'm not sure if you've heard of it before, but it's actually it's been set up with from Brandon with Pigeon, and instead of taking going through Uber Eats or DoorDash, they're actually working with the restaurants. They're not taking those big huge fees, those gouging fees. Good. So if you can order from To or go pick up, so you can get Juke fried chicken, the Peppy Pigeon, the Acorn, all sorts of things from to.ca. So either that money in our community, in hospitality.
Exactly, keeping it in town. And now I'm craving pigeon.
Always, they're so good.
I haven't been there in so long, and it's such a good restaurant. What I appreciate about it is the food is so delicious and complex. It's not food I would cook at home. Whereas you go for a steak, and I can cook a pretty decent steak at home. I mean, I'll still order it in a restaurant, but it's a nice treat as a cook to eat something that's just so next level. And I really I love the food. Yeah,
pigeon. It's like the sum is more than the parts in so many ways, and there's soul in that restaurant. I mean, they're there for the community. I can throw in another one as well. I know we were thinking about how else to support.
Your wealth of information, I know it.
I want to talk about so many other people. I shouldn't have even made time for myself. Breaking Bread is another website you can go to, and this is a list of local independent restaurants. They've done a spectacular job of supporting through social media with the whole terrible anti-Asian sentiment that has been happening around the world. They have been very supportive. I mean, Chinatown is a wealth of restaurants and a wealth of shopping experiences, and we've got to save Chinatown and our Chinese restaurants. So they've been a big voice for all of the independent restaurants around Canada. So if you want to find out what's local independent, Breaking Bread is amazing for that.
I'm going to check them out.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, the entire food industry is kind of, because I think we just talked really briefly, but I came from more architecture and design and kind of gradually getting into just everything being about food. And the more I dive into the food industry, even just locally, it is so vast. Like, it's not just restaurants, it's the commissaries, it's the food trucks, it's the farmers, the winemakers, like you talked about, the agriculture, the aquaculture, the private chefs, the wine, like everything. And then you add on top of that the amazing diversity of culture that Vancouver has. And it's just such a great town to eat food in. It is. We're
blessed. We're so blessed. We're so blessed. And we've got, our agriculture is so nearby. Farm to table is easy. We weren't even talking farm to table even, 20, 30 years ago. I mean, there was Bishop's, there was Rain City Grill. There's a few people that pioneered the whole Alice Waters type movement. But now wherever you go, it's great. You look at the menu. Well, not wherever you go, but many places you go. And there's a nod to the farmer, because those farmers, they work hard, and it's not easy to grow potatoes. It's not easy to grow carrots, let alone growing them in a sustainable way. And to the standards that we expect them to arrive on our plate. So there's just, we all are so tightly knitted, and it's great to see diners finally realizing, they're paying a little bit more because they're supporting people that can stay in business. If you're not paying for food. In it. Yeah. And that's why I also love to see
food. It's great.
Yeah, the CSAs, the community programs where you buy a head and then you support the farm and then you get the boxes. Love those. I think some restaurants were doing things like that with Indiegogo when they were trying to be launched, mainly in the States. But I want to give a shout out to... Oh, sorry.
Shout away.
Just one more.
I noticed that Glorious Organics CSA boxes are already sold out for the year. I missed it.
Wow.
I wanted to get in there faster. But...
Well, I know that Burdock does some amazing ones. If you partner up with Burdock on Main Street, they've got some great ones. UBC Farm, I believe, has one. I wanted to talk a little bit about shift change too, because this is a time that we are shifting, and shift change is a program that was brought about by Tacofino. They started a program where they were bringing in resources to help talk about like gender inequality, race issues, things that have come up in restaurants that have been kind of shuffled under the literal table. And with this time, we have to come back more sustainably as restaurants. And what they are doing is they're giving support through a series of seminars, bringing people in that have dealt with these issues, that have some great advice on how to manage your staff. It's important. So shift change is another one that I really wanted to bring to anybody's attention in the hospitality industry, and mental health issues. They've done a few seminars on a variety of different things that I've found very helpful. Yeah,
I've been paying more
that's my serious part.
You can shout out to as many people as you want. I've been paying more attention to that in the hospitality because my son started working in the industry, and he works for 4 different food restaurants and commissaries and stuff right now. And I'm very conscious of what the kitchen culture is like, because this is my kid, and do I want people who are going to take care of him, or
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
places he's worked so far, he's been so blessed, and they've been amazing people, and they treat their staff so well. And I really appreciate it when a restaurant does make an effort and they do a good job. I like
yeah, it's I'm so glad that the kitchen culture is changing in front of house. I grew up in a time where you had to wear high heels and short skirts, and I often left my shift basically in tears just from how awful I felt during work at front of house. And hospitality, again, you can talk about the fact that there's no benefits. So again, I saw Dana Lee Harris join, which reminded me of the BC Hospitality Foundation and the fact that they've been around raising funds for people that require medical expenses paid that are in hospitality. And you don't get that support. Down in the States, it's starting to become a bigger thing. There's actually childcare in some restaurants, few and far between though. So it's a time for an industry shift. And if you haven't checked out BC Hospitality Hustle, I'm hustling. So it's a great way to raise awareness of the hospitality industry. You can donate funds, or you can just do a little bit of cycling, walking, boxing, I don't know, wrestling with your housemates, whatever exercise you want to get. But BC Hospitality Foundation is one of the causes I would give another shout out to. I could go on forever.
Yes, you could, because I was looking at your website and it is just such like a wealth of information and the local food scene, but not just like, oh, eat at this restaurant. It's really how to support the local scene. It's not just it's not a shallow shout out. Like, it's a really in-depth, beautiful shout out that you give a lot of these people, because you're really there to support them and raise money for them. And Hospitality Hustle said thank you.
Yeah, I saw that. Thanks, Dana Lee. I've seen Dana. Dana is the ultimate hustler. She hustles like no other. She received the Spirited Industry Professional Award this year, which was completely deserved. And she's been one of my mentors in the industry for a long time. So shout out to Dana too. Thank you.
Hey, Dana.
Fellow Les Dames as well. Fellow Dames d'Escoffier. Yeah.
Yeah, because they also are all about support and just lifting women up, lifting the industry up. It's encouraging to see. And Les Dames is it's a member only kind of place to be, but they do a lot of public kind of fundraising and stuff that anybody can participate in, right? I still remember the garage sale I went to, and I just hauled. Yeah, I was like, I'll take that.
I know there's so many. We do a culinary garage sale every year for those who don't know with Les Dames d'Escoffier. We were able to have it thanks to Lazy Gourmet in the parking lot of Lazy Gourmet, with tables spread out and pricing, and we had items from Martha Sturdy and beautiful tablewares and brand new saucepans, and things were donated by Staub for one. I can go on, but it was, I'm putting everything together, and I always manage the cookbook table. So I'm just like, don't touch the cookbooks. You can't have any more cookbooks. So this year we're probably, and we talked about this morning, Kate Simpson, my co-pres, and I, that we're going to do an online auction, like probably a silent auction, where we bunch a few things together, because we have received a number of donations, and we are very grateful for that. And there's a bunch of baskets that we'll put together, and then hopefully we'll be able to have people bid on that, because we're not going to be able to, do an actual garage sale.
Right. I could definitely.
You can have a look first if you want to.
My husband wants me to start cleaning out some of the vintage I hoard. And
oh no, my husband wants me to get rid of cookbooks. Poor guy. He lives in fear of being killed by a bookcase dropping on him, as do I. But there's beer kegs up there too.
They're just slightly out of view.
Oh, see, beer kegs.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's
beer kegs. Yeah. So he's got a little bit of space there. 1 foot.
1 foot at the very, very top.
Now my whole setup's gone sideways here, so there we go. All right, okay. I'm trying to pretend like I know what I'm doing here. Now I'm sideways. Usually I'm a bit sideways.
See,
So
you predicted
Alison,
that we'd have bloopers, so there you go. Now we've had some.
I didn't drop the phone on the floor. So Alison, you've been talking so much about me, and I've been talking so much about me. I wanted to ask you a little bit more about you and your kitchen design company and what you are up to, because you're kind of new to me, other than like someone who I like to explore wine with classes. So can you tell us, because we're on My Live too, and I got people that probably were like, who is this Alison? She seems interesting too.
She seems like a lot of fun, and she tends to drink some wine. Well, I have just since I did a complete rebrand and a regrouping just last year, where everything just focused on the kitchen, and the entire website and new branding and everything is really just an extension of my own kitchen, which right now is still under construction, which is why I'm sitting anywhere where I can find a clean corner in my house right now.
Yeah.
But I just really wanted to, I host a lot, I entertain a lot, I'm always gathering people are always coming over pre-COVID. And I just wanted kind of an extension of that online. And so hopefully that's what I've been creating. So between the website, the blog that has a lot of talk about food, some recipes I've worked on.
You have a couple products that are for sale. I saw that there's some beautiful little garden stakes that,
yeah, they're right here. I'll try not to
I wish I had a garden.
Over.
I've seen you gardening, and I'm very envious because my small balcony is not enough. Oh, ooh, yeah.
They're nice and beefy, and I love that they just they reflect whatever they're near, so they reflect all the light out in the garden, which I love. But yeah, I love
Beautiful.
product design for a long time. Product design is a nasty beast, but I enjoy it. I really love it, and now it's just all focused on kitchenwares, kitchen napkins right there, and the food tables here that have done
It's
really
hard
well.
to do it backwards.
Yeah, for charcuterie boards and stuff. So I really love the product design. Everything's manufactured local by artisans and craftsmen locally, which I also love. And then the third prong is the design, because I came from architecture and interior design, and so now I am trying desperately to leave all of that behind and just focus on designing kitchens. And I think I have about 8 kitchens going right now.
That is enough.
Really well. It's a lot, and it's fun though, because I'm trying to structure it so that it's just a support system for the homeowner, for the home cook. And if they just need an hour of feedback, then I have, an option for I'll just look at your stuff for 1 hour.
And some resources and
okay. I'll give you some suggestions and whatever, all the way up to the full, if you need permits done and everything, I can obviously do that too. So
I think I'll have to have you in and to tell me how to fit all the things that I have, which are 800 times the amount of things I should have in the cupboards that I have. I don't think there's any. I better get eating. I've got too many products around. So,
well, in my mind during COVID, I was going to be cleaning out all my freezers and all my pantries of all the food that needed to just go and be replenished with new stuff, but hasn't really happened. I still kept buying new stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I was
the whole thing's an extension of my home already. So it's like welcoming people into my home, but now it just is virtual and digital and fun.
There you go. So I think we could wrap things up by telling people how to support restaurants right now.
Yes.
Purchase gift cards, subscribe to newsletters, engage on social media, write some positive reviews online. And for God's sakes, be kind. This is the Breaking Bread's motto. And I mean, right now, it's going to take a lot of patience for a lot of people, and we're all at our wits' end. So if somebody is a little late in the delivery, if, you can leave a little extra tip, do it. Just be generous and kind, and let's just hope we get through till April 19th with the least possible losers. And there's some more pivots that are going to happen. I'm scared for the industry, but I know how inventive we are, and there's going to be some amazing things that come out of this, but right now it's really hard. So my thoughts are with everybody.
Yes, and just staying open-minded, finding that local from too, that where you're supporting more the local
Exactly. Yeah, order
delivery
in. I mean, I
system,
said
order
purchase gift cards.
in.
Order in.
Yep. Get out there and yeah, keep my son employed.
Yeah. Yeah, keep all of our friends and all of our so many people work in hospitality. People don't realize it, the people behind the people, behind the people, behind the people. So yeah. So
it has waves. And so you and I are gonna get together and we're gonna make a couple posts about this, like little stories where we can say this is how you support. And I love
sure.
that. So we're gonna start
I'm
posting
game.
that. And let's post a few of our shout outs that we've mentioned, because all these people just need an extra, like you do, an extra supporting hand. And I love that. So
yeah, and I think some people just jumped on. So shouts out were BC Hospitality, Shift Change, Breaking Bread, From To, La Dame's d'Escoffier. We could throw in the Chef's Table. They're awesome as well. There's so many resources out there. Message me, message Alison, and we will put you in touch with who you need to be in touch with.
yes, I love it. Thank you so much. Doesn't 30 minutes go fast? We could talk for
It did.
hours.
Well, I talk so fast. I don't know, but I mean, it's just I'm excited. I'm passionate, and I just have. I feel like I have something to say. Hopefully, so thank you, Alison.
I loved it. Thanks for hanging out with me. We're gonna catch you again soon.
More hangout soon, in person and online.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes. Bye.